This is the Thriving Dentist Show with Gary Takis, where we help you develop your ideal dental practice.
If you continue to stay in network with the PPO plans, your practice will likely be very vulnerable to the next crisis. Now, I'm not a fearmonger. In fact, I'm the opposite. I'm very much an optimist. However, one thing I can safely say based on history is that the current crisis that we're still experiencing, the coronavirus crisis, is not the last crisis any of our listeners are going to face in their career. Not at all.
Right.
There will be, I mean, all we have to do is think back. Let's just go back 20 years. I could name two other crises. The 07-08, what's now called the Great Recession, and the 9/11 recession that happened after 9/11. And that's just happened in the last 20 years. And if we go back another 20, I could name 4 or 5 other crises, that cropped up. Now, I certainly hope we don't experience another virus crisis like we have, with the coronavirus. I would hope that. But I think it's very safe to say that we're not done navigating crises in your career, Doctor. Is that safe to say, Naren?
Absolutely, Gary. I mean, like every 10 years or so, we tend to have some kind of a major shock.
Something crops up. And when you look at the offices that we were all affected by coronavirus, there's no denying that we're all affected by it. But when you look at the offices that were better positioned to deal with it, they had lower overhead, higher profitability, higher practice reserves. In other words, money in the practice account to deal with a rainy day. They had higher personal reserves. They had money in personal savings accounts to deal with crises.
Right.
And those practices and those doctors navigated the coronavirus crisis much better than those that were on the other end, the opposite end, those that had high overhead, low profit. As a result of high overhead and low profit, they had less money in their practice bank account to deal with a rainy day. They had less money in their personal bank account as an emergency fund. And the single most significant factor lowering your profitability is that 42 to 44% you're writing off by participating with PPO plans. That's the single largest contributor to your high overhead and your low profitability.
One that provides personal, professional, and financial satisfaction.